Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the head elders and apostles, a great millstone who will want to teach well. Also want to give a shout out out there to the hopeful elect, to you, Akim, if you with who are sincere in this truth, as well as believers of this word, but not just believers, but those as well. And again, to you, I'd like to say Shalom. All right, this is another quick lesson. Really going into a dream that I had, and just touching upon, getting a couple of scriptures, man. Okay, I don't really usually, go into the do a lesson on dreams that I have, but this one in particular, man, it touched me. Okay. But just going into the dream, okay, I remember it was one evening, all right, and it seems as though I was getting off work. And I know it was dark. It was dark. It was at night, and I was getting off work. And it was I remember my coworker. She was getting off work too. She was a woman, by the way. It was like as if we was the last two leaving out the building. And as we was getting off work, a outbreak happened, man. Matter of fact, we getting off work, we heard like a booming noise. Okay, in the back of, because we were it's like we worked in a plant or whatever, like a small plant or whatever, and we heard a booming noise from the back, and then it's dark and shit. So Jake, I ain't gonna lie, Jake kinda got a little spook or whatever, man. And I'm like, what the hell? Cause it was like a boom, like somebody was beating on some doors to be let out. It was like boom, boom, boom. And the woman, it caught her attention, and you know what I mean. And keep in mind, the woman in my dream, she was actually Eve, man. And she went to go check it out. Okay, and I'm like, yo, I said, yo, I remember telling her, I was like, man, you stupid, what is you doing, And she went back there to check out the boom anyway, man. And it's like, when she went back there, because, again, it was like somebody was beating on the door to be let out on the back door of the plant. And when she went back there, she opened the door. And when she opened the door to let whatever's beating on the door out, it's like these zombies start coming out, man. These zombie-looking creatures. They start coming out, man. And that's what I had mentioned, an outbreak. It was like an outbreak, man. Man. And Jake was like, Jake was like kind of scared or whatever. Ain't gonna lie, Jake was shook in my dream. And I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? And as they came out, they started basically, it was this big one. It was this big, huge one. He was like the fucking the head nigga in charge of the zombies, man. The OG or whatever you want to call it. He was a huge creature, man. He was about 7-8 feet tall. He had claws for a hand, and he had this glow in his eyes. It was purple. I'll never forget. He had this glow in his eyes. All of them had that glow in their eyes. I don't know if you brothers are familiar with video games. You played this video game called Black Ops. They had the zombies on there, and the zombies got glow in their eyes and stuff. Like, these zombies had glow in their eyes, and the glow was purple or whatever, man. And oh man, this dude looked scary. He's scary, man. And he was huge. He was humongous. He was buff. I'm talking about big, muscular. 8-7 feet tall, man. And he coming out. And man. And when he came out, he ended up grabbing a Jake. And he fucking ripped his head off. He ripped the Jake head off, man. And as he ripped the Jake head off, it's like the soul, bro. You can see the soul of the Jake going to the zombie. Like I said, they look like zombies, but as I go on about the dream, I start to recognize like, yo, these are death angels. Because moving on to like, it's like a scene flip. I imagine the woman, she came back to me, and she told me this. She said, "Hey, it's okay. Don't be afraid." She said they feed off fear. That's what she told me about the zombies. They feed off fear. You know, yo, because I'm at this point, I'm like, yo, I'm scared shitless. But she told me, when she told me that, it's like it was a comfort. It's like I calmed down, man. She was like, don't be afraid. They feed off fear, and she was with me the whole time, everywhere we go, because the zombies, the big one that I'm talking about, he said he looked down on the rest of them. He said, hey, anybody touch him right here, anybody touch him right here, it's gonna be problems. That's what he told the rest of them. He said, if anybody touch this one right here, it's gonna be problems. You gonna have to see me, man. And them zombies, they got in line. They got straight. You know what I mean? They got in order. You know. And even with that point, man. Matter of fact, before I get the precept, I'm gonna just finish the dream because I don't want to forget my points. But when he said that, it's like, okay, whoa, man, like it's like comfort. And then not to mention, I also seen this homeless Jake. I remember the elder bishop Tazawam out there in the Atlanta camp. He said a point one time. He said homeless Jake, they really spiritual, because they deal with a lot of spirits. Basically, they dwell in the elements a lot, man. All right, so they have to deal with spirits all day, every day. A lot of them really be spiritual. They see things, that the average Joe wouldn't see. Okay, and they can see some. Hey, a lot of homeless people, hey, they know bullshit when they see it too, man. And I remember this homeless Jake, walking past the zombies in a dream, and he wasn't even scared. It's like, man, he was like, yo, watch out, bro. Get out the way, man. Hey, watch out. Let me get by. And the zombies, they couldn't touch him. They couldn't touch him because he wasn't afraid. Again, and the woman, like I said, hey, I think the woman, I seen her as wisdom, because it was like she was guiding me, man. She was guiding me. She was letting me know what to do, what not to do. She was leading me, man. You see? And it was going back to the homeless Jake. He was passing by him, and he was like, watch out, man. And the zombies, they couldn't do nothing. And that comforted me even more. Like, whoa. And like I said, that came to my mind in the dream. That actually came to my mind in the dream, what the elder bishop Tazawam said about the homeless. And it was just beautiful again, man. It's just she was just like, we're going back to wisdom. She was just telling me, man, don't fear not. And I was going, and here go the crazy part, man, because I actually, like, as if I got to walk with the zombies, man. All right, which I'm gonna say death angels, because that's what they were. That's what they really were. And I'm gonna tell you why, because they went through different houses, different communities, different neighborhoods, killing Jakes, man. And it was like and you made us seen you know what I mean? I don't really like that, but I'm gonna say that. I can't, you know what I mean? I don't deal with that shit, man. But brother may had an incident where you may seen, somebody, you know what I mean? Something happened to somebody or something. Somebody get deleted, which sometimes that should have put spirits on you, you know what I mean? Well, sometimes, all the time, a lot of times, that shit will put spirits on you. But going back to the point, going back to the dream, I was seeing not just this zombie killing them. He was taking their souls out of their bodies, man. Because he was feeding off their fear. He was feeding off of their fear, man. And it was Jakes he was slaughtering, man. It was Jakes. And the main thing that pointed out to me, it was children. It was little babies. I'm talking about infants. Like, Lord, I remember seeing a little Jake baby. with a little fro. And the death angel man came through and just slaughtered the whole family. You know, the baby was the first one to go out. And these are the perilous times we're coming into, man. Where these things gonna happen. And again, like I said, wisdom, she was with me the whole time. She was guiding me. She was letting me know what to do and what not to do. And the main thing she pushed out to me was do not fear. She said, do not fear. They feed off fear. Don't you fear. And again, I said the homeless man, he comforted me too. How he didn't fear. He walked through the crowd like as if it was nothing. He walked through them death angels like as if it was nothing, man. Yo, watch out, man. Excuse me. Let me get by. I gotta get by. And they couldn't do nothing again because he wasn't afraid. So that's the same like manner that we have to come into the times of Jacob's trouble. We know Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is with us. Matter of fact, this is what brings me here. Okay, to Romans 8 and verse 31. It says, what shall we then say to these things? If Yahweh Bashim Yahushua be for us, who can be against us? So we know the Lord is for us, man. So who can be against us? And that includes these spirits. Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, he's controlling. He's in control. Whatever he say goes, man. All right? And the scriptures speak about how he cared for his elect. All right? But let's get this, man. This really, Ezekiel 9:4 was coming to my mind as I was dreaming about this, man. All right? This is Ezekiel 9:4. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And we know that mark is that tawah, that mark of exemption. All right? To be kept from the said perils. Do we not hope to be kept from the said perils? The fact that we go out there and laboring, putting our boots to the ground, making our body a living sacrifice. Are we not seeking to, reap the benefits of being kept from the said perils that's about to be brought upon the planet Earth? We hoping to eat in those times. We hoping our families be kept. But see, like we often bring out, man, you got to believe, man. That's the main thing. You got to believe, like wisdom was telling me, like, hey, you got to fear not. Fear not. Be not afraid. You see? Be not afraid, man. It says, unto the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the midst of the city, and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. So you gotta, because a lot of death and a lot of deletion finna go on in America, man. And it's mainly to you 2/3, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You Israelites, man. You 2/3 Israelites. It's mainly to you. A lot of y'all finna be deleted. And we hoping not to be of that number of deletion, man. We want to be kept from the said perils. We want that tawah. You see? But as for you, Akim, man, and very, very few Aquas who've been seeking the Lord and doctrine, okay, and faith, man, fear not. Fear not for the, in these times, okay? Fear, I'm going to say this. Because you want to fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You want to fear the Lord. But you got to believe, in these times, you got to believe that the Lord is with you. If you've been doing all the right things unto him, enduring to the end, and know you ain't been trying to get around and play Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, therefore you got to believe that he's going to protect you and keep you from the said peril. Believe and hope that you had that tawah upon you, man. All right, this is Isaiah 41 and verse, let me see. We can start at verse 10, and we're going to jump down. It says, Isaiah 41 and 10 says, fear not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. So the Lord said, fear not. Fear not, man. The Lord is with you, man. Okay? Yahweh Shemel Shah is with us, man. Let's jump down. Let's get there was another one. What is that? Is that Isaiah 40? Salakia. Bear with me. Let's see. Okay, 41 and 14. Okay, all right. Salakia, I looked over it. This is Isaiah 41 and verse 14. It says, "Fear not thy worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel." So yeah, man. Hey, look, man. Fear not. Okay, the Lord said he will help you, man. All right, the Lord said he's going to be with those, man, that truly love him, man, the ones who are seeking him. Hey, yeah, how about you, man? I say, well, I love those that love me, and they that seek me early shall find me. All right, are we not seeking Yahweh Shemel Shah in these times? Okay, I'm going to get one more, and I'm going to get ready to close it out. You know, I ain't want it to be too long. This Psalms 56 and verse 3, it says, "What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. And Yahweh Shemel Shah, I will praise his word. And Yahweh Shemel Shah, I have put my trust. I will not fear what flesh can do unto me," because we understand that Esau Edom, he's gonna come down with wrath. He's gonna be in, ultimately Yahweh Shemel Shah is gonna be in control, but the Lord is gonna use the sword to do his will. All right, to come down on 2/3 of our people. All right, as the scripture say, alas, alas. Let's get that and we'll close it out. Right there, Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7, it says, "Alas, for that day is great." So that, what's a lie? You got to start up on this. Jeremiah 30 and 4, it says, "And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace." Yeah, these terrible times. "Ask ye now, and see whether do a man travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces turned into paleness." Yeah, that great fear. All right, men are going to be afraid. You see? And if these men are going to be afraid, how much more are the women? These weak males. As the brother up top call them, man. They ain't men, they males. You know? But if they be afraid, how much more of the women who don't have a covering? Scripture speak about, well, there's no covering, the possession is spoiled, man. Rough paraphrasing. You see? It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." And that's the elect. The elect is going to be saved out of these times. They're going to be kept from the said perils. They're going to have that tawah. All right? So, yeah, that's about it. Akim and Few Aqua, man. Lord willing, this was edifying. And the faith booster, man. To those who are lacking in faith, okay? Because Yahweh Shemel Shah got his elect, man. All right? But I'm going to leave it at that. Lord willing, this is edifying. Till next time, I'd like to say, Shalom.